last year, November 19, we launched the National Plan of Action for an Integrated Response to Children and Violence, NPACV, and that launch signals a rationalizing of the plan. This means that all stakeholders across the child protection sector will now be working together, a seamless process from point 1 to point 5, moving along that line to see how it is that we're going to tackle and how it is that we respond to children. So one of the things that we wanted to do, because of COVID, we weren't able to host another candlelight vigil. And to be honest, we really don't want to be hosting vigils every year. So because we launched the National Plan of Action last year, we believe that it was the perfect timing, a 1-year anniversary to the launch, to really sit and have that discussion with Jamaicans. And one of the outcomes speak about how it is that we are going to ramp up public education, get the public on board with the National Plan of Action, understand what it will take for it to be executed. So this year, our theme is Together for Children, and we hosted a town hall, a digital town hall, which looks at the National Plan of Action, which looks at the outcomes, the goals, and had key stakeholders who were pretty much giving information about what it is, how does it work, who are the persons involved, and what is the end goal for the National Plan of Action. What we have been doing, though, is to host some motorcades and walkthroughs. So with the motorcades and walkthroughs, because of COVID, we're not able to go into homes as we really would love to in past. So we have to take the information in the nook and crannies of Jamaica. So what we have done, we looked at those areas where we had high incidence of child abuse. We look at the ones that we haven't seen any reports. So for example, St. Thomas is one of those parishes that we're seeing very few reports coming out of. But you know for sure that there are cases happening. So that was one of the parishes that we targeted. Clarendon is also one of them. So our first 2 walkthroughs and motorcades focused on those 2 parishes, going in, seeing how much we can have conversation with community members and to get some reports. We were successful in most of the walkthroughs. We were able to touch about 4 parishes. Our aim is now that children are back in school, we will be going back out into the communities that we have a suspicion that abuse is happening.
In terms of the outcomes, the expected outcomes of the national plan, there are 5 expected outcomes. 1 is strengthen policy, legal, and regulatory framework to ensure the protection of children from all forms of violence and exploitation. Outcome 2 is to have improved quality of and access to services for children affected by violence. In respect of outcome 3, we want to have strengthened family and community capacities to address issues related to children and violence. Outcome 4, we want enhanced public education, sensitization, and training in violence prevention, the care of child victims of violence, and children's rights. And for outcome 5, we want an integrated framework established for the effective coordination, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the NPACV. So these are what we expect to come out of the plan, bearing in mind that the plan is really a collaborative effort that spans across all ministries. It does not reside specifically within the Ministry of Education, but all the ministries, departments, and agencies have a part to play, and indeed they are doing their part in implementing and executing the plan even as we speak.